Raiders surprise cut candidates after the 2025 NFL Draft. What's up, Raider Nation? In today's video, we're diving deep into the top surprise cut candidates for the Las Vegas Raiders following the 2025 NFL Draft. Every year, the draft shakes up rosters, and some names end up on the chopping block that fans didn't see coming. Today, we're breaking down 5 players who could realistically be released before the season kicks off. Some of these might shock you more than others, but that's what makes the NFL offseason so unpredictable. Let's jump right in. 5. Zamir White, RB. First up on the list is running back Zamir White. Depending on who you ask, this one may or may not be much of a surprise. But here's the deal. White was a 4th-round pick back in 2022, and while he's shown flashes of ability, the Raiders just used their 1st-round pick this year on standout rookie Ashton Jeanty. That alone raises questions about White's future. White has 1 year left on his rookie contract, with a cap hit of $1.29 million. Cutting him would save the Raiders just over $1 million. While that might not sound like a lot, it's significant when you consider that Jeanty offers more upside as both a runner and a receiver. Add in the signing of veteran Raheem Mostert and the emergence of Sincere McCormick, and suddenly White looks like the odd man out. To make matters worse for White, he doesn't contribute on special teams. In a depth role, that's often the tiebreaker. If he can't offer that versatility, the Raiders might decide to move on. It wouldn't be a huge shock, but it would definitely be noteworthy. 4. Charles Snowden, DE. Next, we've got defensive end Charles Snowden. Now here's a guy who earned his spot last season and was a respected locker room presence. He finished the year with 39 tackles and 1.5 sacks, and a lot of fans were rooting for him to stick. But his spot on the 2025 roster is far from guaranteed. Snowden is facing a DUI court case scheduled for July 22nd. Off-the-field concerns, especially for a player not locked into a starting role, can quickly derail a career. Plus, the Raiders added some serious competition at the position. They re-signed Malcolm Kuntze and brought in J.J. Peggs and Tonka Hemingway during the draft. Both players are versatile and can fill various roles along the line. Snowden carries a cap hit of $960,000, all of which the Raiders would save if they move on. When a team is trying to build a new culture and move away from the problems of the past regime, sometimes tough decisions get made. Unfortunately, Snowden might be one of them. 3. Thayer Munford, OL. Coming in at number 3 is offensive lineman Thayer Munford. He was a 7th-round pick in 2022 and is now entering the final year of his rookie deal. While he did make the team in a recent 53-man roster projection, that doesn't mean he's safe. The Raiders drafted 2 offensive linemen this year in the 3rd round, Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. They also have high hopes for DJ Glaze, a player who's been turning heads internally. With all this fresh talent, Munford is under pressure to prove he deserves a spot. Munford struggled last season, especially when he was forced to step in at left and right tackle. Coaches have said he might be a better fit at guard, but even there, his spot isn't guaranteed. If the team only keeps 8 offensive linemen, Munford could easily be the odd man out. Cutting him saves some cap space and opens the door for younger, more consistent options. 2. Leki Fotu, DT. At number 2, we have defensive tackle Leki Fotu. He was signed earlier this offseason, but that doesn't make him a roster lock. Fotu carries a cap hit of just $568,000, and teams won't blink twice at moving on from that kind of number. The Raiders drafted Tonka Hemingway in the 4th round and J.J. Peggs in the 6th. Both are versatile defensive linemen who can play multiple spots. Add in UDFA Anthony Booker and international player Lucky Tosi, and suddenly the defensive tackle room looks crowded. While Fotu brings size and experience, the coaching staff might prefer younger, more versatile options. If the front office decides to go in a new direction, Fotu could be one of the surprise cuts from this offseason. 1. Dylan Laube, RB/ST. Finally, the most surprising potential cut, running back Dylan Laube. While some might argue that Laube isn't a huge name, cutting a player just 1 year after drafting him in the 6th round certainly qualifies as a surprise. Laube had just 1 carry last season and fumbled the ball. Not exactly the kind of impact you want to see from a young player trying to make a name for himself. He does offer some special teams value, but the Raiders just brought in Tommy Mellott, who already has a strong connection with special teams coordinator Tom McMahon and even worked with punter A.J. Cole in the offseason. The Raiders also drafted multiple wide receivers who can contribute on special teams, including Dante Dorton Jr., Jack Beck, and Mellet himself. With that kind of competition, Laub's window to stick around is quickly closing. There is a chance he could latch on with another team, maybe even the Buccaneers, who met with him last year. But in Vegas, his roster spot is very much in doubt. Wrap up. So there you have it. 5 Raiders players who could be surprise cuts after the 2025 NFL Draft. From veterans like Zamir White and Leki Fotu to younger prospects like Dylan Laube and Thayer Munford, the competition is fierce, and no one is safe. What do you think, Raider Nation? Who do you believe could be a surprise cut? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth Raiders content all season long. Thanks for watching, and as always, just win, baby!